welcome back everyone, welcome back to the KSL, to the Korean StarCraft League, week number 85. Again, as a reminder, this event did occur less than 24 hours ago, and we are catching up on the replays of said event. Unfortunately, we were not available yesterday to cover it live, but we're here with it. Bringing it to you here and now. Let's go. Now, we just wrapped up the semifinals. One of the semis, Hero did advance on to the grand finals, taking down Cure in a very strong and dominant fashion, showcasing two different styles of TVP or PvT. Game 1, we saw Hero be hyper greedy and get away with that greed. Game 2, we saw Hero be hyper aggressive and punish the more harassing or harassment style of Cure instead, and also the greedier style. So we saw two different phases, two different forms of PvT. But now we have two very different players. We have Classic up against Percival. Let's go. Fresh TVP. Game 1 is going to be on Winter Madness. Let's go. Now, coming into this, I will say that Percival, his best matchup is Terran versus Protoss, 100%. And Percival has a very different approach. He has a much more aggressive approach instead. We see a lot of all-ins out of Percival in TVP, and I'm expecting to see them here as well. But let's go. Let us go. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss. We have the Red Protoss himself representing Virtus Pro. It is a Classic. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran. It is Percival. Here we go. Have our TVP, and again, Percival, he is known for his aggression, is known for his all-ins, specifically in this matchup, and he has actually beaten Classic in a best of 5 previously in December. So Percival, he's shown us that he can do it. He has done it before. Can he do it again? Bearing in mind that Classic is still the favorite player, of course, he is still one of the best Protoss players in the world. I would say top 2. I would say he's top 2 alongside Hero, and we'll see how Percival can compare. As for now, we do have a single gas, so single gas opener out of Percival, going for a Rax expand, economic start. But the follow-up is what's important, right? Is it going to go into a 1-1-1? Is it going to go into a faster second Rax? Is it going to go into a faster third Rax? Does it go into a faster third CC? Percival, he has options. Does have options. Classic, he attempts to delay, and he does force down a second SCV at least, so it does force one down. Percival will expand. Behind this, we're expecting a Twilight Council out of Classic. Similarly, as we're waiting for Percival's opener, doing the same thing for Classic. Does it go for a Twilight Council? How many gateways? 2, 3, 4 gateways, or even 5, which is what Hero went for previously. Which we don't really expect here. Like, that was crazy. That was crazy. Technically, on these larger maps, Stargate play is viable. We have seen Classic dip in and kind of mix in Stargate openers and Stargate play. We've seen that out of Hero as well. But for now, Twilight Council. So Twilight Council opener going into Blink, everything so far looking normal. Meanwhile, Percival is going for the factory, so there's no fast third CC, there's no fast second Rax. Not yet, at least. Likewise, Percival did open up Reaper. So Reaper into Reactor, so he does have a little bit more scouting information, or more potential for scouting. And you can see here with the Reactor going into, I would imagine, Reacted Reaper Hellion. No, sorry, Reacted Marine, never mind. So just the one Reaper. Just the one Reaper into a 1-1-1. And unlike Cure, Percival, he does get a bunker. If you remember, that was one of the things that Cure was cutting. He was cutting corners, he was being greedy, and when the Cure played against Hero, he never got a bunker, or he delayed his bunker very heavily, and he lost like 6 Marines in the process, right? The Stalkers were just bullying the Marines. Here, Percival plays it safe. So plays it safe, gets a bunker. Building up into his Widowmine drop, and Reaper does hug the edge of the map, getting across. Attempting to scout. It's going to be on Percival to try to figure out how many gateways there are and the timing of the third base. Oh, hello. That's Percival, he does spoke in, and he could actually delay here. Not bad. Yeah, Reaper does get here in time. Will delay the third. So Classic is going 2K. So yeah, 2K Blink into a third base. So we have a greedy build here by Classic. This is the same opener, the same build that Hero went for in Game 1 against Cure. If you remember, that was on the Old Republic. So Classic is being greedy. It's on Percival to attempt to punish. He starts things off with a Widowmine drop, followed by an adult, followed by early tank production. So early tanks, only 2 Widowmines. So we have to drop into the natural. Reapers, do get shut down. And Classic does react in time. First shot goes off. Second one in the main. Oh, he's crazy. Classic does pull the boys. Oh my god, and the Widowmine does burrow in time. Gets a Stalker. So 1 Stalker, 1 probe for 2 mines, and the medevac gets away. So not a bad job here by Percival. Not bad. Does get away. He's able to get full scanning information as well. Does confirm Blink. Does confirm the timing of the third base. And back at home, he's gearing up. Building up more tanks. Oh, actually going for a Banshee follow-up. Okay. Uh-oh. Meanwhile, Classic is hunting for the medevac. He blinks. Yeah, he blinks in. Does intercept. And the medevac does react. So good reaction there by Percival. The tank is sieged. Stalkers get punished. And Percival, he's holding on. Yeah, the medevac gets out. There's a salvage on the bunker. And Percival, he's rallying. Bearing in mind, remember, he's going to be rallying with Banshees as well. So this is very committed here by Percival. So far, so good. Hasn't lost a tank. Stim is now on the way. With the backbone of the army are the tanks. But Stalkers are here to engage. Marines are going down. Does pick up a couple of Stalkers. But I don't see Percival really gaining much more ground. As we have some auto charge harassing the bases. Kills 3 probes. And Percival pulls up. Does he spot the observer? He does not. Imperi pulls away. Classic here to intercept. Does get the tank. Yeah, 1 tank goes down. Nice snipe there by Classic. Gets a tank. Pulls away. And Percival, he's in trouble. He's in trouble here again. That observer gave Classic so much information. 1 tank is going to be saved. Stim is not yet done. Banshee does hit the main base, but is on a move and does hit the gas geyser instead. And the Classic breaks through. Yeah, he breaks through, takes down the tank. Pushing further in. Remember, the bunker was salvaged. A big delay here on the CC. It was almost done. No. And Percival, he should be able to hold on, but he has no stim. He still has no stim. As the CC does complete, thankfully, so no cancel. And no cancellation, can float away. Again, that could have been so much worse. And even though Classic doesn't kill Percival, I mean, hey, he got a tank, he was able to pick off the SCVs, able to lay the third base, and contain Percival here on 2 bases. Even getting the second tank as well. And Classic is looking comfortable. It's been a little bit more of a shaky back and forth, but unfortunately Percival, he was just bullied as he raced back home. If he was able to get home in time with both tanks, he could just siege up, set up, and expand, but again, he's been heavily delayed. Now going for a triple drop. Headed towards the natural. Boss is just now popping out. Oh. And does nice some mining. Going for the Nexus, actually. Oh. Gets 1 Stalker. Colossus not quite moving in. Oh, and again, a very messy defense here as a lot of Stalkers go down. That Classic losing every Stalker. But he does save his economy. At the same time, Percival rallying towards the 4th base. Percival, there's nothing in position. There's only 1 Colossus. Colossus is exposed. Oh, the wide shots. Oh my god. Mine's getting baited by the probes, actually. Okay. Yeah, mine's also baited, but the Nexus does go down. Nice pick up. Percival picks up. Gets the hell out of here. He has to pull away. Punching some of these zealots. Ooh, but the full medevac. No, full medevac goes down. Yeah, Percival, he got greedy. He chose to stick around and chose to keep pushing. Percival, he gets punished. Killing the fourth base was great, but... oh my god. He loses so much here in the retreat. Thankfully, there's no War Prism, right? There's no War Prism, there's no reinforcements. Reinforcements are delayed. They're now moving out. So Classic is re-expanding. Percival, he has built up to 3 bases. He does have a slightly better economy. But what about the army? Yeah, what about the army? As we have 2 Colossi moving in. Again, there's no defensive tanks, no defensive bunkers. Marauders, they try to send forward, but alas, they cannot. Nope. And Classic just bullying back the bio. And nice saving the Colossus, nice juggling. The Prism is here. And the Marine Marauder just cannot engage. Not into the Colossus. Now he has some Vikings. Okay. Now we do have a couple of Vikings. Yeah, 2 Vikings moving in. Down to 1. Oh my god. Clutch save. Again, 1 Viking left. As Classic once again, he gets into the middle line. 18 dead SCVs. 19 SCV kills. Viking goes down. Again, nice target firing there by Classic. Oh, there's 1 more Viking. He steps in. Oh, going for the Prism. Prism does go down. Denies the warp in just barely, but GG gets called. There's still just too much Protoss, and Classic takes game number 1. GG. Whew, GG, well played. And again, Percival, he almost got away with it. He had some nice aggressive moves here. Percival dropping into the bases, killing some workers, pulling away. We saw him, of course, killing the 4th base as well. That was a big moment for Percival. But as we mentioned, he chose to stick around. He chose to rally forward. He chose to keep the medevac supporting the army as well, instead of boosting away or unloading. And he lost everything. He lost his reinforcements. He lost his full medevac as well. And instantly, Classic counterattacked. So even though Classic was behind economically, he had momentum. He had the army, and he was able to press that just barely to break Percival. GG. GG, well played. Classic does take a lead in the series, and now we're going to be loading into game 2, going to be loading into the Old Republic. Oh boy. Here we go. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the Old Republic, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Virtus Pro, leading the series 1-0. It is Classic. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Blue Terran player, the Blue Terran himself. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. It is Percival. Hola, patos. Hola, la grasa, papi, la grasa. Bienvenidos, bienvenidos. Bienvenidos. And again, Percival, he didn't look too bad against Classic, but again, there were a couple of key moments that didn't go his way. I was putting a lot of emphasis on his punished move out when he broke the 4th base, but even before that, if you remember, we saw that Percival, he did lose some momentum as well, where he lost both tanks, right? When it came to his first push, he was able to trade decently, pick off some stalkers, but as he attempted to retreat, an observer spotted his move out, and we saw Classic come in for the snipe, come in for the backstab, catch one of the tanks, and then get the other as well, sniping the medevac. So again, that was just a really brutal moment where Percival, he lost 2 tanks, he lost his bio, he lost momentum, and then right after that, Classic was able to push into the natural and kill some SCVs. So again, that was kind of like one of the earlier rough moments here for Percival. He also delayed the 3rd in the process as well. So we'll see if this time Percival can have a stronger early game. We'll see. As the CC isn't really delayed too much, just forced off center. Once again, and Percival going for a Rax Expand, single gas. This time Percival going to be skipping his Reaper. Okay. Does skip his Reaper, will preserve that gas. Going for his 1-1 opener. And we'll see if Percival goes for a second Rax here. Keep an eye on him. Now, last game we saw Classic went for a 2-gate blink opener, 2-gate blink into a third base. So we expect to see a safer build out of Classic this time. Once again, just like last game, we have Percival going for the earlier bunker, so going for a safer build. Earlier bunker, so he's not abused as much. Bearing in mind the Adept can shade past the bunker and can shade into the mineral line, so Classic can still apply some pressure. And Percival's going for his 1-1-1. So racks into factory into starport, setting up for his mine drop. Thankfully, Classic doesn't get under the ECC. Thankfully. So far, there's one gate in the main. Should be getting a second gateway here at the natural. Okay, so we have a Robo first, Robo before expanding, so already a safer build, and yep, there it is, a third gateway. So 3-gate blink out of Classic, a much safer build this time, makes sense. Again, I don't really like the idea of going for a greedy build 2 games in a row, and neither does Classic. Oof. This Classic doesn't get away, so a bit of a back and forth trade. Classic takes down 3 Marines for an Adept and a Stalker. I would say a better trade for the Terran, as he's trading minerals for gas. Oh, that's another gateway. Uh-oh. Do you see what I see? I see 2 gates in the main. I see 2 gates here at the natural. 4-gate blink Stalker. A much more aggressive build here by the Protoss. Again, in a greedier build, we'd already have a third. It'd already be on the way. Here, Percival trying to drop into the mineral lines. Stalkers do react. Oh! Oof, getting one of the Stalkers, not bad. One Stalker is picked off. A blink was not yet done, but he does not get into the main. He doesn't count the gateways. He's aware of at least 3. Of at least 3 gates. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean, 1 gateway is here as a part of the ramp, 1 gateway would be a part of the wall, and then you saw 1 gateway next to the Nexus. So he's racing back home. Back at home, we have tanks on the way. Early stim. Okay. Getting into stim, into Liberators. A couple of boys are being pulled. Oh. First, we'll take this very seriously. The boys are pulled back.
I am here in the shadows.
Ooh, nice mine shot. Oh, nice tank boys as well. Oh my god. Classic getting punished. Taking a lot of hits to the face at the same time. Can he deny stim? 2 more volleys. He will not. He doesn't get stim. He does get a medevac, but again, more Stalkers going to be going down. He does pick off one of the tanks. It's a very messy trade here by Classic. As he's lost 9 Stalkers so far. No bunker on the low ground, though. It was salvaged. And no bunker. He's going back in. Can he still get stim? 7 seconds. 6, 5 more seconds to go. He's tempted. Blinks in. Too late. Yeah, too late. Stim will finish. Stim complete. Oh, diving one of the tanks. Tank goes down. Nice control by Classic. Does save those Stalkers. Some decent control. Remember, this third base is very late for Classic. It's late because of all these warp ins. And Classic goes for another dive. Gets the tank. Yeah, tank goes down, but oh, lose 3 Stalkers in the process. Again, these have been some rough trades for Classic. It's been messy. Meanwhile, Liberated into the main base, 5 probes going down, and a Stalker as well. Percival, he's holding his own. He's holding his own, he's up in workers. Again, this third base is still very late, so Classic, this so far has not been worth it. As the setting moves out for the backstab. First, we siege up in the center, hoping to catch any stray units. And the question is, can Percival move out and strike before Storm? Storm is now halfway done. Percival back at home is not going for an all-in. He's getting a third CC. So third CC's in the main. So upgrades are finishing. I want to say that if Percival had pushed then and there, that he might have just killed Classic. Again, just because Classic is relying on Storm, and Storm would not have been done in time. But now will be. Ooh, yeah, feedback on the medevac. Full medevac goes down, and I'm not so sure much is going to escape here. Yeah, the second medevac falls, so it's going to be 2 full medevacs going down. It does get one of the High Templar, but this was not worth it for Percival. It's not worth it. Zelsay drop into the main. They hit the third. Oh, as the Prism goes down to the mine. Okay. Percival, he's holding on. Still causing a wee distraction though. Percival, he still turns around. There's still SCVs falling. It's gonna be 10 dead SCVs. And Classic is catching up. Classic is playing catch up. Percival again, a couple of rough moments here, committing to the drop instead of going for a push. A shaky defense here against the Zealot run-bys. And as time goes on, Classic will be looking to take a lead with double forge, double upgrades. Classic taking a 4th base, very fast 4th in comparison to his 3rd. Again, trying to play catch up. Percival, he has to be aggressive. He has to try to punish. He has to try. One might goes down. Storms are coming in. Storm mainly zoning. And Classic just has to buy time. He has to buy time to warp in more units. Percival, he is up in army supply. Oh, catching out the Prism. Very nice. Prism goes down. Classic, meanwhile, going double Robo, double Colossus production. And the game will continue. Yeah, Percival, he was only poking out. He was not really pushing. Gets a War Prism at least. Now, coming in towards the mid-game, if Percival is able to get his 4th base up and running and secure the 4th with some bunkers, depots, sensor towers, missile turrets, if he can secure his 4th base, he will be the first to max out. And Percival, he will have the much more efficient army if he can get there. As he's making 3 goats at a time, Vikings are amassing as well. Once the 4th base is taken, then we can start thinking about a fusion core and liberators. Ooh, as we go for the storm drop. And lands 1 storm, nothing major. Gets 3 SCVs. Thankfully, Percival does react in time. Jesus, that's a lot of Templar. It's a lot of storms. Classic does commit in. Nice making storms. Oh my god. Yeah, storms they come in for a flank. Ooh, brutal connections. And with that, almost everything goes down. Oh, ghosts are falling. Metamax and Percival takes a brutal fight. At the same time, we attempt to sell it run by. Percival thankfully has a planetary. Classic going for the central tower. Tower goes down. Colossus now have arrived. Again, there's a decent Viking count. They do punish. Getting one of the Colossi. Now, Percival, he still has that army supply lead, but again, that was just a brutal engage here for the Terran. Oh god, as he takes 2 storms to the face. Oh god. His army is deep in the red. Zalce just commit. Yeah, these Marines, they just get one shot. They get one shots. The storms are insane. That Percival, he once again has to back off. Once again, Percival, he's turtling. He's turtling up center towers, missile turrets. There's the fusion core on the way, second starport, liberated productions on the horizon. Percival needs a little bit more time to perfect his army. Needs a little bit more time. MP goes up to deny the warp in, deny the recall, but they're Colossus. And the Colossus are ready. Classic so far is keeping up. It's keeping up with the movements. Getting into a 5th Colossus. Jeez, 5 Colossi. As El Warpin gets denied. Now, how many Vikings are there? 6. There's almost as many Vikings as there are Colossi. Ooh, so actually there's gonna be equivalent. That's the 6th Colossus on the way. Oh god. So many Colossi. The Viking count is just not high enough. We're already switching into Liberators. You can argue a little bit too soon. Libs are building up. To be fair, Percival doesn't know, right? Percival, he hasn't seen the 6th Colossus. He doesn't realize how Colossus heavy Classic is. Zalce once again distract. And there it is, 6 Colossus back. It's gonna be a lot of lasers. A lot of lasers. So it's 6 Colossus, it's 8 High Templar. Again, there's only 6 Vikings. Zalce jump into the natural. Army gets spotted. Bold positioning with the War Prism. There's a scan, spots all the Colossi. Oh, no, the Ghost! Air blinks in. Storm of the Liberators. Storm of the Ghosts as well. Oof. But they do land some EMPs. So the Colossus do survive, but their shields are stripped away. Zella run by at the same time. The Liberators are on their own. And we just committed. Yeah, we just committed. Massive storm on the Liberators. Libs go down. We're down to 3 Vikings. Down to 2. Down to 1. 1 Viking left. Down to 0. 0 Vikings remaining. Again, the Bio Army was distracted. Not a single Colossus has gone down. We still have all 6. Still has all 6. Finally, one is going to go down. Oh god, but the storms are brutal. Oh god, Jesus. The storm on all the ghosts. Percival, he plummets in supply. Took a massive storm to the face. Classic, he can just back off and rebuild and remax. And again, he's retained the Colossus. He's down to 4, which is still a high number. Down to 4 Colossus. Percival, he's getting up towards 6 Vikings again. Ghosts are exposed. Losing 1. Or at least just the one. Here we have 2 War Prisms. Let's go. Okay. Army blinks in and gets one of the Liberators. Again, the army's out of position for Percival. Tries to step forward into the 4 Colossus. And finally, they're going down. Vikings, they trade well, getting 2 Colossi, 2 left. Down to 2, down to 1. Down to 0. Oh, barely 1. There we go. But where's the support? Sure, the Vikings, they finally did their job, but now there's barely anything on the ground. We are down to 2 Ghosts, down to 4 Marauders. Army gets on top of the ramp. Second Prism has arrived. And Classic has done it. Classic, he has done it. He has broken Percival. As he does push in towards the main, catching reinforcements. Zeltai peel off into the 3rd, into the natural, and up the ramp. Oof. So you barely do snipe those Liberators. And even if Percival defends the main base, he's already losing so much. 29 dead SCVs. 29 SCV kills. Warpins, they continue. Again, unfortunately, Percival, he just wasn't aware of the composition. He wasn't exactly aware of how High Templar heavy it was or Colossus heavy it was. So Percival, he just had a subpar army. He was also distracted, pulled apart. The MVPs were the Zealot run by here at the 4th base, if you recall. Sorry, the 5th base. When they distracted the main Bio army. If you remember, that was the moment where Classic reset the Viking count. When he killed all 6 Vikings and the Liberators as well. Doubles back when he still had 6 Colossus. Speaking of, making 3 at a time. We're going back. Going back with all the Colossi. We have 8 High Templar. It's a lot of Storms. First of all, he has to commit. The Storms aren't ready. Storms aren't ready. Percival, he may just kill this expansion. He should. Up. Nice pick up. Yeah, nice pick up. Catching out 14 probes. That 1 Liberator does pop off. And again, Percival, he's had a couple of nice moments here and there, like catching out 15 probes, sniping an expansion, but he needs more. Does need more here. That's it up to distracting. Oh, bit of miscontrol there by Classic. That's Classic. He just ignores the main army and instead going for the counterattack. He does spot the planetary. The planetary's on its own. Percival out of position, and these bases should just topple over. Here come the mass repairs. Likewise, we do have storms available. Doesn't even need the storm. Oh. Does have them back at home. Oh no! Bit of a mess rally here, and 1 High Templar gets sniped. Yeah, losing a Templar. A little bit of mismovement, I should say. Or just rough army pathing. Still, because they go for the die, they do take down one of the Liberators. There's 1 left. Ooh, it just barely goes down. And again, a very messy fight here by Classic, but he can afford it, right? He can afford to be messy. You know what, Percival does get one of the expansions. Gets 2 of the expansions, actually. Okay. Nice counterattack out of Percival. Killing 20 probes and 2 bases. Can Classic still afford this? Yes, but it's still not ideal. Now, can Percival recover? If he can survive this push, the problem here is that earlier Classic was focusing on just harassing. Now he's moving in. Like, now this is his army. I can focus on the fight. Ghosts are getting caught out. Yeah, losing 5 ghosts immediately. Oh my god. Yeah, 5 ghosts full. Oof. Yeah, storms are connecting. And now there's no EMP. Remember, the Ghost was the first thing to go down, so now there's no EMP. GG Classic. He will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG, well played, congratulations Classic, he'll claim the series. But again, a much closer back and forth, I would say, compared to Hero versus Cure. Hero versus Cure was a lot more one-sided, a lot more decisive play out of Hero. Meanwhile here, Classic versus Percival, I mean, there was a lot more back and forth, I would say, both in game 1 and in game 2 as well. Here in game 2, there were just a couple of key moments where Percival was getting caught out of position and caught off guard, and as we were trying to emphasize, he was just not fully aware of the composition that Classic was building up. That's why he had so few Vikings, and that's why the Colossus was so dominant. Not just that, but also the run-bys. The run-bys, the counterattacks, the double War Prism play out of Classic just ensured that Percival, his attention was elsewhere. Right? It was focusing on defending in one location, whereas the main army would push in the other. So he was being pulled apart. GG, well played. And with that, we have the grand finals. It's going to be a best of 5. Best of 5 finals here. Between who? Between Classic and Hero. Once again, these two, they face off so often in the finals of the Open Cups, and of offline events as well. Remember, Classic and Hero, they played in the finals of RSL Season 3, and in the finals of the OSC 13 Championship as well. They play a lot.